Hi there! I thought I'd do a longer format video this time and show you some of the flutes that I'm going to be uploading this Saturday. These are the key of G flutes that I'm going to be uploading behind me here. I'll just give you a real quick peek at all of them, and I'll put links to each one down in the description. I've got 3 Western Red Cedar flutes in this batch. This one is a really beautiful warm heartwood cedar. It has this really beautiful knot. My phone does not want to focus on that. Focus. There we go. I really love these kind of features. You can, if you click through the link in the description, you can take a look at pictures of the knot too. I always try to take close-ups. I've got an iron stained cedar, and these are light colored Western Red Cedar flutes that have a iron stain applied, which is just a natural stain that we make in the shop, and it darkens the wood, but you can still see the grain pattern through the stain. And this one has this really cool knot. It kind of looks like a monster eye or something. There, let's see if you can take a look without the glare. It's really neat. Kind of wraps all the way around. I'll try to list these in the description in the order that I play them. This is the 3rd Western Red Cedar. This is a really cool flute. When we were turning it on the lathe, there were some voids that opened up in the wood, which every once in a while happens with cedar. I don't know really what the cause is. They're just like hollow spots in the wood. And Wally thought it would be fun to fill them with this powder from an Eastern cedar flute. This is an Eastern cedar flute for color comparison. So from like sawdust, he filled these voids so they're this bright red color. There's 3 or 4 of them on here. And they're totally stabilized. They're solid, but they have this really cool look. Some of you might think that looks neat and some of you might not. We were just kind of experimenting. We like to do fun stuff in the shop sometimes. This one is Eastern Aromatic Cedar, and this wood, I think you can get it without knot holes in it. Whenever we buy it, it is full of these really, really interesting tight knots. Makes it a lot harder to turn on the lathe, but I think that they're so interesting to look at. Some of them, like this one, actually has like a crack in the knot that's filled and stabilized, as this one does too. You can see it better in the pictures on the website. And this wood just has a really amazing color. It has like splashes of yellow in it and really like purpley colors. I think this almost looks like a tropical wood, but it isn't. This one is figured Port Orford Cedar. You can kind of see if I move it around that there's all these wavy patterns in the grain. It's so pretty. This wood also, I should have said the Eastern Cedar has a nice cedar smell, and this one has a very strong, smells like kind of like lemony and cedar kind of smell. It's a really unique smell. When we're working with it, the smell of the raw wood without varnish on it is so strong. Sometimes we all just have to like air the shop out when we're done, you know, turning it on the lathe or milling it, because it's really intense. And we wear, you know, respirator masks and stuff, but when you take them off, you're like, ooh, that is very lemony smelling. Also, this wood I bought locally, and the all of the proceeds from the purchase of this wood went to cancer research, so that's just really special. Sorry, my cat's meowing in the background. I don't know if you can hear that. I've got two angry old boy cats who like to make a lot of noise when I'm trying to shoot videos. This is a Ponderosa Pine G, and I have 3 of these on available on the website. This wood is personally like one of my favorite flute woods. It's something that we only have worked with this year, and I've never seen it available anywhere else before, so I've never bought it. But when I went to the wood store, I think I went in like January or February of this year, they had Ponderosa, and I love Ponderosa trees. If you're from Washington State, I know they grow here, at least on the east side of the mountains, and they're just these big majestic trees, so I really like it. And the flutes seem to sound really resonant and good. Sometimes there's like a wood that just lends some special quality to the voice of the flute. See my buddy crawling up the wall here? Really little weird spider. I was playing the flute to him earlier, and I don't know if he liked it or not, but he definitely stopped and listened for a second, or he stopped and probably could feel the vibrations of the flute. I don't know. It's one of those jumping spiders. This is a bird's eye maple flute. This wood is so hard. It's like heavy and really dense. This I think is the same as not a broadleaf maple, but I can't remember what it's called. Like a hard, no. Anyways, answer in the comments if you know what the other kind of maple tree is that's really common to like the East Coast. I can't think of the name right now. But it's a harder kind of maple than the broadleaf maple trees that we have in Washington. It's really, really dense. sugar maple? No, that doesn't sound right. Maybe it is sugar maple. They do make maple syrup out of maple, don't they? This is a Spanish cedar flute. I don't know if you'll be able to like really see the sheen of it because I just have a skylight. I don't have any overhead lights on here, but it has this beautiful, like almost metallic sheen to the wood. This is a softer wood, one of the cedars, so it's harder. I think it's harder than Western Red Cedar, and it has a really lovely smell to it. It smells, I don't know what it smells like, but it's a very unique smell. It's like kind of like some kind of spice or something. If you're really sensitive to smell, you might not like this one, or the Port Orford cedar. Cedar flutes might not be a good choice in general because they all have some smell to them. They're really oily woods. But they used to use this wood to make, or they might still use this wood to make cigar boxes from, because it actually imparts some lovely flavor onto the cigars. I don't smoke cigars, so I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I heard, and it smells lovely, and you can smell it while you're playing it, and I really like it. I have 3 of these on the website, so there's a few. I really, really like this wood. Let's do Alaskan Cedar next. So I have Western Red Cedar, Eastern Cedar, Port Orford Cedar, Spanish Cedar, and Alaskan Cedar in this batch. So a lot of cedars. I'll hold them all up at the end if I remember, and compare. It's kind of cool how different cedar can look, one flute to the next. This is Alaskan Yellow Cedar. This is another one that has a smell to it. It's kind of just like an earthy smell. Another one that smells kind of intense when it's being cut, but once it's varnished, it's kind of just a subtle smell. It's a really beautiful, just bright yellow wood. It has a subtle grain pattern. Because this one is so light in color, the glue line did show up a little bit more than I would prefer. So this is discounted a little bit on the website. And last of the G flutes that I'm uploading is this beautiful Myrtlewood flute. Hold it closer to see so you can kind of see. This wood is so beautiful. It's kind of like, reminds me a little bit of walnut in appearance, but it's more of an olive kind of gold or light brown color, and the wood itself is so hard that it really like polishes up when you sand it. It has this very luxurious kind of semi-gloss finish to it, and it's just a really hard and durable wood. A friend told me recently that myrtle is what is the same as a bay laurel, and I haven't looked into that to see whether that's true, but like if you use bay leaves in cooking, apparently it's the same tree, which I thought was really cool. I had no idea. I'm gonna have to look into that and see. I mean, I'm sure that she looked into it, but I had no idea that they were the same tree. So I thought that was really neat. So that's all my G's. Now I'm going to hold up all my cedar flutes just so you can take a look at all the different cedars. I think it's cool. Wait, I don't know if I can hold 5 flutes at once. There we go. Take a look. You can't really see them that well. In order, that's Western Red Cedar, Port Orford Cedar, Eastern Aromatic Cedar, Alaskan Cedar, and Spanish Cedar. So cool. It's kind of a rainbow. All right, let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this kind of video. I thought it was really fun to do. I think I'm going to do one for all but F-sharp flutes I'm uploading to. And these will all be available on Saturday. I'm going to put links down in the description so you can just click through and buy the flute if you like it. Like and subscribe if you like this kind of video. It really helps the channel out. Thanks.